You become what you think. The secret to transforming your life? Have you ever stopped to wonder about the sheer power of your thoughts? What if every single thought you had could shape your reality, either paving the way to success or holding you back from living your dreams? This isn't just wishful thinking or an abstract idea, it's the foundation of how life transformation begins. The belief that you become what you think is not a vague motivational mantra. It's a powerful principle backed by science, psychology, and success stories from people across every walk of life. Your thoughts are more than fleeting mental clouds. They are the very seeds that determine the garden of your reality. The question is, are you planting the right seeds? It's the foundation of reality. How thoughts shape your world, everything you perceive, everything you do, and everything you aspire to begins with a thought. It starts small, a passing idea, a distant dream. But what separates wishes from realities is the ability to cultivate those thoughts deliberately and positively. Here's why it works so profoundly. Your brain is an ever-adapting organ. It's constantly reshaping itself based on your mental activity. This phenomenon, called neuroplasticity, means you're always rewiring your brain. Each thought sends out signals that affect how you feel, act, and ultimately experience life. Imagine wrapping your mind around the fact that by thinking positively or focusing on your goals, you're systematically reprogramming your brain for success. This goes beyond theoretical. Neuroscience, everyday evidence is all around us. Successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and innovators frequently point to mindset as one of their greatest tools. Visualization, a technique centered on rehearsing success mentally, is used by Olympic athletes to improve performance. Crossing the finish line or sticking toe, a perfect landing, the brain reacts almost as though it's really happening. These mental rehearsals prime their physical performance and build confidence. That's the power of your thoughts. They aren't just echoed in your head. They are the blueprints for the life you're building, whether intentionally or accidentally. The key is learning to master them rather than letting them master you. Your mind is a magnet, or notice how focusing on a single positive idea can lift your whole mood, or how dwelling on something negative can pull you deeper into frustration or stress. It's not a coincidence. Your mind amplifies what you focus on. This is where the concept of vibrations plays an interesting role. Every thought you think sends a ripple of energy into the world. Positive, focused thoughts attract more positivity, opportunities, and possibilities into your life. Similarly, negative, self-defeating thoughts can create barriers and missed opportunities. It's not magic, but rather a combination of focus and openness that allows you to recognize and seize opportunities aligned with your goals. Picture this scenario: you wake up excited about a job interview. It aligns perfectly with your career aspirations. You visualize yourself confidently answering every question, shaking hands with the interviewer, and seeing an offer arrive in your email. This visualization primes your brain to act confidently, find answers, and even read nonverbal cues during your interview. On the contrary, if you wake up dreading failure, you block yourself mentally, heightening anxiety and self-doubt. 1 approach opens doors, while the other closes them, and both start with just a thought. The science of transformation. If it all sounds too abstract, here's where science firmly grounds the idea. The concept of self-fulfilling prophecies highlights how beliefs can shape behavior and outcomes. For instance, if you believe you're destined to succeed, your actions align with that belief. You'll take calculated risks, stay consistent, and bounce back after setbacks. But if you believe success is out of reach, you're more likely to give up early or miss opportunities altogether. Another scientific anchor is the reticular activating system, RAS, bundle of nerves in your brainstem that acts as a filter for the information you're exposed to. When you consciously focus on something, whether it's a new car you want to buy or a big goal you want to achieve, your RAS tunes your senses to notice things aligned with that focus. This is why people who set clear goals often seem to have all the luck, while others think success is elusive. By intentionally directing your thoughts, you can activate this powerful system to notice solutions, opportunities, and connections that bring you closer to your desires. Small shifts, big changes. Transforming your thought patterns isn't an instant process. It's a practice, one that requires patience and consistency. Think of it as planting a garden in your mind. The thoughts you choose to nurture will grow, while the ones you neglect will fade. Every positive thought, no matter how small, is like a single seed. Over time, these seeds blossom into the full realization of your aspirations. Start small. Perhaps it's dedicating just 5 minutes a day to visualize your goals, or pausing during a stressful moment to replace one negative thought with a positive one. Over time, these small shifts compound into profound change. Remember, change often. It feels uncomfortable at first, and that's okay. Rewiring your mind is like exercising a muscle. It takes effort, practice, and persistence. The beauty. Every step forward is progress. What's next? This is just the beginning. Understanding that you become what you think lays the groundwork for a deeper exploration. Ahead in this series, we'll cover topics like how to break free from negative thought cycles, use visualization to supercharge your goals, build daily habits that align your thoughts with the future you desire. But for now, take this first idea to heart. Your thoughts are not trivial. They are immensely powerful tools waiting for you to take control. What you focus on grows. Your reality is being shaped every single day. Why not make it the life you've always dreamed of? Your transformation starts here. It starts now. Think positively and watch as the world opens up around you. You've got this. The power of your thoughts. Have you ever stopped to truly consider how powerful your thoughts are? Behind every decision, emotion, and action lies a thought. Thoughts are not passive. They're active forces that shape your experiences, influence your behavior, and create the very circumstances of your life. Once you understand this, you unlock the key to steering your reality in the direction you desire. This idea, the power of your thoughts, isn't just motivational talk. It's a fundamental truth backed by science and observed in countless success stories. From shaping your mood to influencing the opportunities you attract, your thoughts act as the invisible architect of your life. The best part? You have the ability to take control, guiding them toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. How thoughts shape your life? Every thought you think has a ripple effect on your emotions, actions, and life experiences. Think of it this way. Your thoughts are like seeds. Each seed planted in the garden of your mind has the potential to grow into a beautiful plant or an invasive weed. The emotions you feel, the emotions you make, and even the people you attract are often determined by the thoughts you choose to nurture. For instance, imagine waking up each morning dreading the day ahead. That initial negative thought can set the tone for everything that follows. It may lead to frustration over small inconveniences, lack of motivation, and a general sense of dissatisfaction. Now contrast this with waking up and thinking about 3 things you're grateful for. A shift to positive thinking can instantly elevate your mood, make challenges feel manageable, and open your mind to new opportunities. Thoughts and vibrations. Your thoughts don't just influence how you feel, they also send out energy into the world. This concept is often referred to as vibrations, and while it might sound abstract, the science behind it is fascinating. Each thought emits a certain frequency or vibration. Positive, goal-oriented thoughts resonate at higher frequencies, aligning with positive emotions such as joy, love, and gratitude. On the other hand, negative fear-based thoughts operate at lower frequencies, attracting anxiety, anger, and pessimism. Consider this analogy. Thoughts are like tuning forks, and they attract matching frequencies. If you constantly think about failure, disappointment, or scarcity, you're more likely to notice and experience situations that align with those vibrations. But if you choose to focus on abundance, success, and possibilities, your environment subtly begins to align with those higher vibrations. This isn't magical thinking, it's about shifting your focus and perspective. Every time you entertain a thought, your brain's reticular activating system (RAS) filters what you pay attention to in your surroundings. Positive thoughts prompt your RAS to notice opportunities, supportive connections, and solutions that you may have otherwise overlooked. Becoming aware of your thoughts' awareness is the first step to harnessing the power of your thoughts. Most people go through life on autopilot, rarely stopping to examine the narrative running through their minds. Unfortunately, some of these unchecked thoughts can be disempowering or self-limiting. Here's an example. Have you ever told yourself, "I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, or I'll never achieve X"? These are self-defeating beliefs, and the more you repeat them, the more convincing they become. Your brain begins to treat them as truths, affecting how you feel and behave. The good news is that you can rewrite these internal narratives. Start by pausing throughout the day to take inventory of your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or holding me back? If it's holding you back, challenge it. Replace thoughts like "I can't do this" with "I'm learning and growing every day." Over time, these small shifts can cultivate a mindset of possibility and resilience. Steer your life in the desired direction. Taking charge of your thoughts doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect or ignoring problems. Instead, it's about choosing thoughts that align with the life you want to build. Think of your mind as a compass. When your thoughts are focused on your goals and values, your actions naturally begin to follow that direction. Here are some practical ways to guide your thoughts toward a positive trajectory. 1. Practice visualization. Visualization is one of the most effective tools for guiding your thoughts. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and picture your goals as if they're already achieved. Imagine the details, the sights, sounds, and emotions associated with your success. By visualizing, you strengthen your brain's belief in your ability to achieve those goals, which in turn inspires actions that make them a reality. Point 2. Focus on what you want, not what you fear. Many people unintentionally reinforce fear-based thoughts by focusing on what they want to avoid. Example, instead of thinking, "I hope I don't fail this exam," reframe it as, "I'll prepare and do my best to succeed." Focusing on the positive outcome directs your energy toward achieving it, rather than feeding the fear of failure. 3. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, but your reaction is shaped by your thoughts. Instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" try reframing it as, "What can I learn from this?" Shifting your perspective can turn obstacles into stepping stones for growth. 4. Surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your thoughts. Surround yourself with people, books, podcasts, and media that inspire and uplift you. Positive influences can reinforce the mindset you're working to cultivate, acting as a supportive ecosystem for your thoughts. 5. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is a powerful way to elevate your thoughts. By focusing on what you already have, you train your brain to notice abundance rather than scarcity. A simple practice, like writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day, can shift your perspective and improve your overall mood. The ripple effect of positive thoughts. Once you start taking control of your thoughts, a ripple effect in your life. Your emotions will become more balanced, your actions more purposeful, and your relationships more fulfilling. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach may suddenly appear achievable. Perhaps the most rewarding part of mastering your thoughts is the sense of empowerment it brings. Instead of feeling like life is happening to you realize that you are an active participant in shaping your destiny. The final word. The power of your thoughts is immense. It's impossible to control every thought that crosses your mind. Becoming aware of your mental patterns and consciously choosing empowering thoughts can transform your life. Every single day offers a new opportunity to take charge of your thinking. Remember, the more you focus on thoughts that align with your goals, the more you'll create a life that reflects your desires. It doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and practice, the garden of your mind will flourish beautifully. Take a moment today to pause and observe your thoughts. Choose wisely. You are the creator of your reality, one thought at a time. Imagine the incredible life you could build. You've got this. The science behind aspirations. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their dreams effortlessly, while others struggle to turn their aspirations into reality? The answer lies not in luck or external circumstances, but in the remarkable science of the human brain. Deep within your mind is an extraordinary ability to adapt and grow, a process known as neuroplasticity. This mechanism allows your brain to reshape itself based on your thoughts and experiences, making your aspirations not just wishful thinking, but scientifically achievable understanding. When you harness this power, you can rewrite mental patterns, overcome self-doubt, move closer to achieving the life you envision. What is neuroplasticity? At its core, neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself. It is how your brain creates new connections, strengthens pathways, and even rewires itself based on what you think, feel, and do. Think of it as a lifelong remodeling project where the building blocks are your thoughts and experiences. For decades, scientists believed that the brain was fixed after childhood, meaning adult brains couldn't change or grow. But research has debunked this myth, revealing that your brain is incredibly dynamic, capable of adapting throughout your entire life. This discovery of neuroplasticity opened the door to understanding how thoughts can truly transform your reality. When you have an experience or learn something new, your brain adapts by forming or strengthening neural connections. These networks are like roads in your brain, well-worn paths, make certain thoughts or behaviors easier to access. For example, if you constantly think negatively, those neural pathways become dominant over time, reinforcing a pattern of pessimism. On the other hand, choosing positive, constructive thoughts helps build and strengthen pathways that align with confidence, optimism, and success. The brain as an adaptive organ. Imagine your brain as a muscle. Just as lifting weights strengthens, your biceps working on specific thoughts and ideas strengthens corresponding neural circuits in your brain. This process can have both positive and negative implications, depending on the exercises you choose. For instance, if you frequently ruminate on self-doubt, "I'm not capable enough, this is too hard for me," those thought patterns dig deeper. Grooves in your brain. Over time, they become automatic responses, making self-doubt your default mindset. Now imagine flipping the narrative. With repetition, deliberate practice, and focus, positive thoughts like "I'm capable of learning" or "I belong here" can take root. This rewiring doesn't erase old pathways, but creates stronger, healthier ones, allowing you to replace negativity with confidence and hope. The role of repetition in aspirations. One of the key findings in the study of neuroplasticity is that repetition shapes reality. The more you practice certain thoughts or behaviors, the stronger and more efficient those neural pathways become. This is why consistent effort toward your goals is so crucial. For example, consider someone learning to play a musical instrument. The first few days are usually filled with mistakes, hesitation, and frustration. But with repeated practice, their brain builds new pathways dedicated to playing the instrument. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes second nature. The same concept applies to your aspirations. Whether it's visualizing future success, practicing gratitude, or learning a new skill, consistent repetition rewires your brain to make these things feel natural and achievable. How positive thoughts reshape reality. Positive thinking isn't just motivational talk, it has a measurable impact on your brain's structure and function. When you consciously focus on uplifting, forward-thinking thoughts, you tap into the brain's ability to transform itself. One of the key tools in this transformation is visualization, a mental exercise where you picture your goals as though they're already achieved. Neuroscience research has shown that visualizing success activates the same brain regions involved in performing the actual task. In other words, your brain reacts as if your aspiration is already happening, which primes you to take the necessary actions to achieve it. For instance, Olympic athletes often use visualization to mentally rehearse their performances before competing, when they imagine every detail crossing the finish line. Hitting the perfect landing, their brain sends signals to the muscles involved, reinforcing the neural pathways that lead to peak performance. The lesson: when you visualize your aspirations with clarity and emotion, you're training your brain to make them a reality. The power of small shifts. Change doesn't require monumental efforts right away. Neuroplasticity thrives on small, consistent shifts over time. Begin with simple practices that align with the life you want to build. For example, if your goal is to be more confident in public speaking, start by visualizing yourself at ease in front of an audience. Practice speaking to small groups or even rehearse alone. Each time you engage in these activities, your brain strengthens the confidence pathways, making what once seemed intimidating feel achievable. Similarly, practicing gratitude rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. Neuroscience shows that consistently reflecting on things you're grateful for enhances activity in the prefrontal cortex, an area associated with decision-making, focus, and emotional regulation. Breaking negative loops. One of the most empowering aspects of neuroplasticity is its ability to help you break free from negative thought loops. Even deeply ingrained patterns, such as fear of failure or self-criticism, can be reshaped with effort and persistence. The first step is awareness, noticing when your mind engages in unhelpful patterns. Once you're aware, replace those thoughts with empowering alternatives. For instance, replace "I can't" with "I'm learning" or "I'm failing." With "this is part of my growth." Each time you make this conscious choice, you challenge old neural pathways and encourage new ones to flourish. Over time, these shifts add up. It's transforming not just your mindset, but also how you approach challenges and opportunities in life. Science of aspirations in daily life. Applying the science of neuroplasticity to your daily life doesn't require complex tools or extensive time commitments. Here are practical ways to start reshaping your brain for success today. 1. Set clear intentions. The brain thrives on clarity. Define specific goals and intentions for what you want to achieve. For example, instead of saying "I want to be successful," reframe it as "I will complete 3 professional development courses this year." 2. Engage in mental rehearsal. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your aspirations as vividly as possible. Imagine the sights, feelings, and emotions associated with reaching your goal. 3. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledging even small progress boosts your brain's reward system, reinforcing the neural pathways associated with perseverance and achievement. 4. Stay consistent. Neuroplasticity is built on repetition. Whether it's practicing gratitude, focusing on positive outcomes, or pursuing a new skill, consistency is key. 5. Seek enriching experiences. Expose yourself to new challenges, ideas, and environments. These experiences create fresh neural connections and expand your brain's adaptive capabilities. You are the sculptor of your mind. The science behind aspirations is clear. How you think and what you focus on can reshape your brain and ultimately your life. Neuroplasticity is your greatest ally in turning dreams into reality, giving you the tools to break free from limitations and step into a future designed by intention. Every thought you entertain is a choice. Choose thoughts that empower, uplift, and lead you closer to the life you imagine. Each small shift paves the way for profound transformation. Your mind is not fixed, it's a work in progress, and every moment is an opportunity to make it stronger, sharper, and aligned with your goals. Take the first step today. You've got this. Overcoming challenges and positive thinking. Building and maintaining a positive mindset might sound straightforward, but the reality is often more complex. Life isn't without its curveballs and expected detours. Personal hardships or even just the daily grind can make it tough to remain optimistic. For many, the idea of shifting their mindset may feel out of reach, yet like cultivating a beautiful garden. Developing positive thinking is a process that starts small and grows over time with care, patience, and consistent effort. This article explores the real challenges of adopting positivity in your everyday life and offers practical advice to overcome them. Whether you're facing overwhelming circumstances or just trying to create better habits, remember that every garden begins with a single seed. Why positive thinking feels challenging? External pressures. We live in a world where stress often dominates. Our days, job demands, financial burdens, or family conflicts can lead to feelings of frustration and negativity. It's easy to see why staying positive under such conditions may feel impossible. When your energy is drained by external pressures, nurturing thoughts of hope and optimism may seem secondary or worse. Unattainable, internal barriers? Sometimes the biggest obstacles aren't external, they're internal. Self-limiting beliefs, past disappointments, and patterns of negative self-talk can create mental roadblocks. Phrases like, "I'll never be good enough," or "this always happens to me," take root over time, forming the weeds of negativity in your mental garden. Holding on to these thoughts can feel safe because they reinforce what's familiar. Unfortunately, this familiarity also makes it harder to break free and see the possibility of change. The struggle of consistency. Positive thinking isn't a quick fix solution. It's a continuous practice. One day, you might wake up able to focus on gratitude or visualize success with ease, but on others, stress or setbacks can derail your mindset entirely. Building a habit of positivity requires persistence, and that's no easy feat when results aren't immediate. Cultivating positivity, one seed at a time. Adopting a positive mindset doesn't mean forcing yourself to feel happy all the time or ignoring the challenges you face. It's about making intentional choices, even small ones that shift your perspective gradually over time. Every small positive thought is like planting a seed in your garden. With care and attention, these thoughts can grow into solid habits that sustain you even in tough times. Start with one positive thought. If the idea of thinking positively feels overwhelming, start small. Just like a single seed is enough to begin a garden, one small shift in mindset is all you need to get started. For instance, rather than saying, "I'll never succeed," try reframing it to, "I'm learning and improving every day." It's a subtle change, but its impact compounds over time. Be patient with yourself. Just like a garden doesn't bloom overnight, transforming your habits takes time. Negative thought patterns may have taken years to develop, and it's unrealistic to expect them to disappear instantly. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and give yourself the grace to stumble without judgment. Growth is rarely linear. Create a positive thinking toolbox when negativity feels overwhelming. Having tools to draw from can help nudge your mindset back on track. Here are a few practices to consider adding to your positivity. Toolbox: gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Small joys, like a good meal or a kind word, can ground your mind in positivity. Affirmations. Create affirmations that resonate with your goals or values. For instance, "I am capable and resilient" can be a powerful reminder during self-doubt. Visualization. Spend time imagining your goals and achievements vividly. This strengthens your belief in them and encourages your brain to act accordingly. Surround yourself with growth-oriented environments. Think of the environment as a gardener thinks of sunlight and water essential for growth. Your physical, social, and mental spaces all influence how successful you'll be in cultivating positivity. Spend time with uplifting individuals who encourage and inspire you. Distance yourself from toxic relationships that reinforce negativity. Curate your media intake. Whether it's the books you read, the shows you watch, or the podcasts you listen to, aim to expose yourself to content that motivates and uplifts. Declutter your physical environment. A tidy, welcoming space can often mirror and encourage a clear and focused mind. Practical tips to stay the course. 1. Celebrate the small wins. Gardens flourish step by step, and so will your mindset. Acknowledge progress no matter how minor it may seem. Did you replace a single negative thought today? That's a win worth celebrating. Every victory reinforces the neural pathways of positivity, making the next step even easier too. Reframe obstacles as opportunities. Challenges aren't roadblocks, they're part of the process. If setbacks occur, see them as opportunities to practice resilience. For example, overcoming one bad day can teach you strategies to handle future stress more effectively. 3. Anchor positive habits to everyday life. Tie positivity building practices to routines you already have. For instance, reflect on what went well in your day while brushing your teeth at night. Think of one thing you be proud of as you sip your morning coffee. These anchors ensure positivity becomes a natural part of your daily rhythm over time. 4. Use nature as a reminder. Looking to nature for inspiration can keep you grounded in the metaphor of growth. Notice how even the strongest oak was once a tiny seed, and how nature itself thrives in cycles of growth, rest, and renewal. Likewise, allow yourself moments of rest during challenging seasons, trusting that growth is still happening beneath the surface. 5. Practice self-compassion. Above all, be kind to yourself. Criticizing or blaming yourself for negative thoughts only adds unnecessary weight. Instead, treat yourself as you would a friend offering encouragement, patience, understanding. Trust the process. Cultivating positive thoughts is not about perfection, it's about progress. Patience is a critical part of the process, just as it is in gardening. Some seeds sprout quickly, while others take weeks to break through the soil. Trust that your efforts, no matter how small, are contributing to a more vibrant and resilient mind. Overcoming challenges and positive thinking isn't about reaching a finish line. It's about creating a framework to support yourself through life's ups and downs. Every act of gratitude, every effort to reframe a thought, every moment you choose patience over frustration, it all adds up. Bit by bit, the garden of your mind will flourish, developing deep, enduring roots. And here's the beautiful part. Once you cultivate positivity, its effects ripple outward, spreads to your relationships, your professional goals, and your daily decisions. What initially feels like an uphill climb eventually becomes second nature, and you'll start noticing that life's challenges are no longer as daunting as they once seemed. Remember, the first step is planting that single seed. What will yours be today? Becoming the architect of your reality. Imagine standing at a construction site, blueprint in hand, ready to create the structure of your dreams. What would you build? Now, consider this: the blueprint is your mind, and the structure is your life. Every thought, belief, and choice you make lays another brick in the reality you're constructing. Throughout this series, we've explored how your thoughts influence everything from your emotions to your circumstances. We've uncovered the science behind how the brain rewires itself and learned practical ways to overcome challenges in cultivating a positive mindset. Now, it's time to connect all these pieces. The final step in this journey is realizing that you hold the tools to design your reality. It's not about passively hoping for change. It's about actively shaping it. Thought by thought, day by day, you are the architect of your reality. It's time to design a life you love. The power of choice. Every day you make countless choices, big and small. While some decisions, like what to eat for lunch, may seem inconsequential, others, like how you talk to yourself or respond to challenges, carry immense weight. These choices accumulate over time, shaping your identity and the life you experience. The good news is that you have the ability to make choices that align with your goals, values, and aspirations. Want to truly transform your life? It starts with choosing empowering thoughts that support the reality you want to create. Here's how it works in practice. Recognize limiting beliefs. Pause for a moment and identify any beliefs that might be holding you back. You catch yourself thinking, "I'm not smart enough," or "I'll never achieve my dreams." These invisible scripts can quietly sabotage your efforts if left unchallenged. Reframe your narrative. Place limiting beliefs with affirming ones. Instead of focusing on your perceived shortcomings, highlight your capabilities. For example, swap "I'm not ready for this opportunity" with "I am capable of learning and growing into this role." The thoughts you choose become the foundation of your confidence. Align your actions with your goals. Positive thoughts alone aren't enough. You need to pair them with intentional action. If you aspire to start a business, take practical steps like studying your market, creating a plan, or seeking mentorship. Thought and action together form a powerful combination for progress. Build a strong foundation. No skyscraper can stand without a solid foundation, and your reality is no different. Here's how to pour the concrete of a resilient, fulfilling life. 1. Define your vision. Every great architect begins with a clear vision. What kind of life do you want to create? Think about your values, goals, and deepest desires. Write them down. Visualize them vividly. When you're clear about your destination, it becomes easier to take the steps necessary to get there too. Set small, achievable goals. Just as builders start with one brick at a time, transformative change starts with small, manageable steps. Break your vision into actionable goals that are realistic and achievable. Celebrate each milestone to maintain momentum. 3. Strengthen your mindset. Daily, a strong mental foundation requires consistent effort. Dedicate time each day to practices that reinforce positive thinking. such as journaling, meditation, or gratitude exercises. Like watering a plant, small daily habits nourish your overall growth. Overcome obstacles with resilience. Even the best designed blueprints face unexpected setbacks. The same goes for life. Challenges are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your progress. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable, see them as lessons to learn from. Every setback provides a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. Practice self-compassion. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Progress may be slow at times, and that's okay. When you stumble or experience doubt, treat yourself with kindness and patience. You're building something extraordinary, and masterpieces take time. Trust. In the process, it can be tempting to focus solely on results, but transformation happens in the process. Trust that each choice, each thought, and each action brings you closer to your goals. Even if progress isn't immediately visible, design a future worth living. The power to transform your life is already within you. Becoming the architect of your reality means stepping into your role as an active creator rather than a passive observer. Here are some final steps to take as you start building your best life. Point 1. Visualize your success. Spend time regularly visualizing what success means to you. Whether it's career fulfillment, meaningful relationships, or personal growth, picture it with clarity and detail. Visualizing trains your brain to focus on your goals and act in alignment with them. 2. Surround yourself with inspiration. Architects don't work in isolation, they draw inspiration from their environment. Surround yourself with people, resources, and opportunities that encourage growth. Choose relationships and activities that reinforce the mindset you want to cultivate. 3. Take consistent action. Dreams become reality through daily effort. Whether it's tackling a big project or simply committing to one small positive thought, remember that every step matters. Consistency is the key to building something that will last. 4. Reflect and adjust. Great architects review and refine their work as they go. Evaluate your progress regularly, celebrate your wins, and make adjustments as needed. Growth is a dynamic process. Flexibility is key to reaching your full potential. The final word: you have all the tools you need to create a life filled with purpose, joy, and success. By harnessing the power of your thoughts, you can rewrite your story and step into a future of your own design. The process begins with a single choice, a choice to think differently, act intentionally, and believe in your ability to create change. Imagine looking back a year from now and recognizing how far you've come. All it takes is the decision to start today. Brick by brick, thought by thought, you are building something extraordinary. Your transformation begins now. You are the architect, and your masterpiece is waiting to unfold. You've got this.